There are numerous hilarious new reports that Fox News has been dropped into a state of complete chaos, or more accurately, bedlam, according to the reports that are now out as a result of the impeachment inquiry against President Donald Trump. Remember, I've been telling you for a long time now, there is nothing fixed or immutable about Trump and Fox News being on the same team or on the same page. Fox News is right-wing media. Fox News can be Donald Trump's vehicle for promoting and defending his lies and his propaganda. But also Fox News could separate from Trump and say, we are for conservatism and conservative values, which I find despicable, but certainly Donald Trump doesn't represent. Trump represents this cartoonish, ignorant Republican cluelessness, not conservatism. That's for sure. Now, you might remember that this was the case for a while. Early in the 2016 Republican primary, before Donald Trump gained momentum, in 2015 even, Fox News was not on Donald Trump's side. And very publicly, they sparred, but eventually Fox News came around. And recently, the commentary people on Fox News, people like Sean Hannity, Laura Ingraham, Tucker Carlson, that kooky judge Jeanine Pirro, they've remained stalwart defenders of Donald Trump. But some of the news people have not. Shep Smith, Chris Wallace, John Roberts, there are others who have just been telling basic uncontroversial truths about Trump. And on Fox News, that goes against what you're seeing from the opinion people. There are now endlessly entertaining reports in New York Magazine and in The Guardian and in other publications about the state of total chaos in which Fox News now finds itself since the news of the impeachment inquiry against Donald Trump went live. To understand this, you have to understand that Fox News is one entity, but it's huge, and it's a bunch of smaller entities. You've got the news and opinion sides, and on Fox News, those two sides are actually deliberately blurred, but they are still ostensibly separate sides. You have each show being its own little island with its own production team and writers and friends that they have in positions of power. Hannity, for example, having Trump specifically as one of his powerful friends. And there are massive fractures starting to develop at Fox News since the Ukraine fiasco started. So some examples of this. Last week, I played a clip for you where Shepard Smith invited Fox News chief legal analyst, senior legal analyst, Judge Andrew Napolitano on his show. And Napolitano said, listen, this is not a political analysis. This is how these laws, these statutes are defined. And if you apply Donald Trump's actions to the statutes, or maybe better said, you apply the statutes to Donald Trump's actions, Trump committed crimes and he is impeachable, period. Meanwhile, you have Tucker Carlson and Sean Hannity chalking up the entire impeachment inquiry to a witch hunt. Tucker even invited this lunatic former prosecutor, Joe DeGeneva, on his show, who straight up said, oh, that other legal analyst on Shep's show, Andrew Napolitano, he's a fool. And you've got Fox News legal analysts eating themselves. You have Fox News hosts and anchors going after each other. And the next day, Shepard Smith went right back on air. And he said that Tucker Carlson is repugnant for not backing the legal position of Andrew Napolitano when he was attacked on air. And this then led to the Fox News CEO, Suzanne Scott, and the president of the channel, Jay Wallace, having to interfere to cool it down. And reportedly, they told Shepard Smith, according to Vanity Fair, that if he attacks Tucker Carlson on air again, he's going to be pulled off the air altogether. That's not all. You then saw Juan Williams on a Fox News show called The Five. And he said that his Trump loyalist colleagues are merely repeating White House talking points, while Sean Hannity was tweeting that everyone is lying about what's going on at Fox News. And this is exactly as predicted. At a certain point, you are not defending so-called conservative principles by defending Trump. I'm against these so-called conservative principles, but Donald Trump doesn't actually represent them in any serious way. Nothing that is going on right now about defending Trump's conservative view on abortion or taxation or foreign policy is about conservatism. This is just arguing about how corrupt, how criminal, how treasonous is this administration, and actual conservative thinkers, to the extent that they exist, they're not seeing anything that they can defend in Donald Trump other than, I guess, he's undoing some of the things that Barack Obama did. There's a report that former Republican Speaker of the House, Paul Ryan, is pushing Fox News to abandon Donald Trump full stop. Paul Ryan might have the power to do this because he's now on the board of Fox News since leaving the House of Representatives, another one of these revolving door swamp filling instances. But next year is going to be fascinating to watch on Fox News from a media analysis point of view. But we need to capitalize on this by punishing Trump, by making sure that Trump is removed from office, because we don't want this entire Fox News thing to be some mere curiosity or entertainment only. We want it to be productive in some way. They are starting to eat themselves. Democrats need to make sure not to do that, as I warned earlier in the show, so that we can actually take advantage of this situation and get Donald Trump removed in November of 2020.